like I'm in Pittsburgh. Six on my chest like an LA Laker. Black belt MC, call me master. Middle Caesars with the extra cheddar, extra style, extra flow.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
Raiders be kicked off for Indiana.
22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Chuba Hubbard with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are on the board first here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple.
Brings up second and 2 at the 43-yard line.
Richardson out of the shotgun. Now a run here off the RPO, and he'll keep it. And he takes a shot at the end of that play. And the Colts at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
That is incomplete. Pierce the intended target there. And that'll bring up second down. You look at this Carolina defense. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
That was a nice play right there, but overall this season, it's been an absolute disaster. A total lack of communication on the back end. They need a leader who can put this team, this unit, on his shoulder pads and carry them to the right spots.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the shotgun, Richardson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out right at the 35. 90 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A play fake, now Young. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, the gap man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They
They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready?
A give up the middle, Hubbard. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here. 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or they're kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team? They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Back to Taylor on first down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Cowboy 80. Drop 50. Drop 50. Let's go.
Richardson. This one completes out of Pierce. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from evening this one up. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This down the numbers. There he goes. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Richardson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Bronco 80.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. You look at this Carolina defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
Broken tackle. Still shedding tackles. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Richardson looking to throw this. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Let's go. Ready, right?
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Colts, first down. First
and now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
Here we go. Set. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Ready.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Colts, first down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run here with Taylor. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Got it. Ready? Go.
Taylor is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown.
The thing you have to love about Jonathan Taylor, he's a shifty speed guy most of the time when you hand him the football, but he's not coming off the field when you get down near the goal line because he's as tough and gritty as they come. And he finishes things off here by getting into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes it's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
At the 41-yard line.
Right. Check. Set. Ready.
First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's to Bond, Isaiah Bond. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. On 4th down on is Ryan Fitzgerald for the Carolina field goal. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw it one deep.
Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Throw taken in by Taylor by side. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now he's going to step up and run. And Richardson slides down after evading the defense, and he moves the chains. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. To the right side, this is Taylor. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
3rd and 13.
Richardson looking to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down. First down and goal to go.
Come on. Viking 18. Ready.
QB sneak, Richardson. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Looking middle, and he finds McMillan. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
Black shot. Let's go. Check, huh?
From the shotgun, it's Young. This is caught by McMillan. Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on second and less than a yard.
It's second and inches.
Out of the gun, it's Young. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
And the Panther first down.
Let's go now. 10 black. Hey, check mega.
Young off the play fake. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Ready. Red 38. Set.
They go play action. Young. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Panthers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Okay, break.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. To about the 40-yard line. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Go.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. A short one there, caught by Warren. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready? Cougar 19.
Here's Richardson to throw. Down the field, he's got Warren. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Ready.
Now it's Richardson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. Horn going to bring it out of the end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
First down.
Ready.
First and 10 at the 40.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Come on. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Go.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
1st and 10, Taylor now. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Hand off to Spears. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 13-yard line. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a third and just a few inches. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. It's a gain of a yard, and they'll give the Colts a first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few minimum backs there.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Richardson going to try to run it. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And at this stage in the game, sure, you wanted the touchdown. You're already in the red zone. But, boy, you squandered a chance to at least get the field goal there. So no points out of this, and we stay tied.
Very disappointed team. No one more disappointed than the kicker who thought he had a chance to be the hero of the day. All they had to do was trot him out on the field. They didn't even give him an opportunity.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
It's a loss of 2.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Now here's Young. Checks this down to Hubbard. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Four receivers split out here. It's 3rd and 8.
Black, here we go, set. 50, green. Edo, blue. Yellow, go. Flag, blue. Set.
Young to throw it. He'll try and do this himself. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. There's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And taken at the 46. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
Again, it's Taylor. Fights him off. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He'll try to pick it up himself. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
A 58-yard attempt.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and they have regained the lead. So give them 3 on that drive. Normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Touchdown. Jimmy Horn Jr., 56 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Fitzgerald now for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Panthers 31, Colts 27. Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something. The ball comes out. And this one will kick out of bounds, so they'll hold on to it inside the 10-yard line. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover. They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Cowboy 80.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Here we go, set. Ready.
And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Hold true. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Cut.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see.
Hey, go steal. Ready, ready, ready.
Third down, Young from the gun. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. That's caught inside the